Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the tranquil side of Florida. This is Real Estate Matters, the voice of real estate in Flagler County and Palm Coast, Florida for nearly 12 years. It'll be 12 years in another month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Toby Tobin. I'm the publisher of real estate news website gotoby.com. I'm a Florida licensed realtor with Grand Living Realty, and I'm joined by co-host Anna Maria Long today in the studio. She's with the Home Builders Association, one of our sponsors.
Hi, Toby. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine, thank you, other than my age and my health.
You still have a lot of positives going for you.
Oh, I do. I'm at the age now where when someone says, "How are you, Toby?" It's not a rhetorical question. they really want to know.
Yeah, we really are checking in.
So anyway, shout out to our lead sponsor, Veranda Bay. It's a private community along 1 mile of intercoastal waterway in Flagler Beach. Beautiful homes by Arthur Ruttenberg, Olson Homes, ICI Homes, Hilbert Homes, Toll Brothers, and Dream Finders. They're all Class A custom builders. Again, the Home Builders Association sponsors our show, as does Hammock Community Church, the little church in the woods on A1A, just north of the toll bridge. You find me there at the 11 o'clock service most Sundays. So today is the 5th. We're recording for the 6th.
Yes.
We're recording on Friday. So these numbers are pretty up to date if we were talking about May, but we're not going to, or June. We're not going to talk about June. We're going to talk about May because May's numbers are pretty much in now. And here's where we stand compared to a year ago. 265 single-family homes were sold through the Flagler MLS system in May. And the median price was $380,000, 56 days on market. Now, last year, 245 homes were sold. So that's 265 this year, 245 last year. The median price last year was $365,000 versus $380,000 this year. So things are looking up. 64 days on market last year, 56 this year. So all of those three measures are pointing in the right direction.
Definitely.
But it's just 1 month, so
right.
We bounce around month to month. Yes. So we'll talk about
year over year matter.
Year to date numbers in a little bit. So homes sold at the under 250,000 mark. 10 homes were sold, 3 for cash, 63 days on market. That's a little higher than that segment has been running. $1 million plus homes, 16 were sold. That's on the upper end of normal. 12 of those were for cash. Days on market, 88 for that segment of the market. The Gindex, which is the ratio of homes listed, number of homes listed to the number of homes in the pending file, that means under contract, was 2.84, and that's down from 4.03 a year ago. So that's a good sign as well. So the news that you seem to be hearing a lot about the glut of homes for sale and the market is way down, probably not true. 1,153 homes are listed now. 406 are pending. The median list price of the pending file is $376,000. So that indicates what the closing prices are going to be announced over the next month or two. New building permits, 153 total single-family building permits, and that's townhomes, duplexes times 2, because each duplex is 2 units, and single-family residential.
But there was, I think I know what it is, but I'm not for sure, so I'm not going to say. But the city of Palm Coast did take in significant dollars in permitting costs. So that indicates likely a commercial project. Large commercial project was permitted in May.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, April. I think it was the April report that I received. About $500,000 more income than they typically get.
Well, that could very well have been the new development on Belterre and Moody
Yeah,
Boulevard.
No, they're
Or
already in progress, so that would have already been paid.
Could have been, well, DC Blocks was already
That's already
in
under.
progress.
I think it is the alleged big box store on Seminole Woods.
Okay.
The mystery.
There's another big box store. There's another big box store going in to the Target Plaza, that last commercial block in the
so
Target Plaza. Up
then it could be that as well.
Kind of up in the corner, tucked up behind Olive Garden.
Okay, whatever it is, it's significant because, like I said, $500,000 when they typically take in around $250,000. I think their average is like $275,000.
That's an interesting, because that would be a good segue into my social media comment for this week too. Why don't we jump ahead a little bit for that? Because one of the things that I've argued for years and years, and usually to deaf ears, but businesses don't pay taxes. They remit taxes, but they don't pay them. They pass theirs. It's just another expense. In the end, it's we the people that pay for everything. And
which is weird because remember that time we got really mad about being taxed for tea? And now we just keep getting taxed for everything.
For instance, it's argued that a new fast food restaurant going in, say on Moody Boulevard, that it's going to increase traffic. And it's going in there because there's already increased traffic. It's the number of rooftops, the residential rooftops, that create trips on the road, that create demand for water and sewer. If you're opening a new restaurant, you're going to pay fees for water and sewer connection fees. You're going to pay usage fees. You're going to pay impact fees,
and specifically exorbitant transportation impact fees. But a prime example of why the transportation impact fees don't make sense is several prime examples are the Taco Bells on both sides of town, the Chick-fil-A's on both sides of town. So the additional Taco Bells and Chick-fil-A's, they did not increase the trips. They likely decreased trips across town.
Across. So they made the trips shorter.
Yes.
Yeah, and the same would be true with a gas station.
Yes.
And they pay exorbitant fees.
They do. They pay per pump. So, then when you say, well, why didn't they put more pumps in? Well, because they're paying, I think it's around $30,000 or $40,000 per pump in transportation impact fees.
And actually they're reducing. For instance, the folks that are the growing area of the north part of the city, up Sawmill Creek, that area, US 1, on the west side of US 1, and quite a bit of new development in the old Matanzas Woods golf course area. There's a blank parcel on the northeast corner of US 1 and Matanzas Woods Parkway that was 20 years ago going to be another Publix, and then the market went potty. So they didn't do anything, but it's already, all the utilities are in the ground ready to go. The only thing they need is one more lift station.
And it won't be long before I believe that comes. And when that happens, you'll reduce all of the people who are currently traveling down US 1 and to Palm Coast Parkway, or conversely, Belterre.
Belterre to Palm Coast Parkway.
Right. And so that eliminates all of the traffic off of those roads. So when our current residents are complaining about the traffic that they see, well, one of the ways to alleviate traffic off of the roads is for more commercial business to go on other ends of town. Right. And when that happens, then we don't have people having to cross over. Now, of course, there's some things that cannot be changed. If your doctor's over there, then you got to go over there.
Right.
If your kid's school is over there because their school choice or private school, you still got to go that way, or your workplace, whatever. But when it comes to our convenience trips or our shopping trips, yeah, it can be
But
greatly reduced.
but it's the residential growth
It's
that
the
drives
residents that are
that's
going
underlying,
to it.
because they wouldn't be building another Chick-fil-A
Yeah,
or
no.
Taco Bell
You have
if
to
there
have the
weren't
people.
more residents first.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to any commercial business and you say, what got you here? They had a population number that they were looking for, and in that population number, they likely were also looking for an average income, amount that
They look
the
at
people have.
not just the number of rooftops. They look at how much money you make. What's your age demographic, and
yeah, I mean, there's a reason, and this, I don't want this to sound any type of way, but there's a reason that in certain areas, in certain cities, you'll have different types of fast food than in others.
That's why some cities have a Costco and other cities have a BJ's
or Sam's Club
or a Sam's Club.
Yes. And the same goes with fast food, whether you have like a Hardee's and a bunch of McDonald's, or you are getting Chick-fil-A's.
Let's jump back. I want to finish up the stats. Then we'll probably get back to more of this topic. But the 5-month year-over-year comparison. This looks at January through May, last year versus this year. Home sales up 12.2%. Again, that's a plus. Median price up 1.9%. And that may or may not be a plus. If you're trying to buy a house, it's probably not a plus.
If you're selling it.
But if you're selling it, sounds pretty good.
Good for you.
Price per square foot, relatively unchanged. Days on market, down 9.4%. So that means that the homes that are selling are
They're moving
sitting
quicker.
on the market fewer days. And then the total overall sales dollar volume, which is the number that really matters, because that's the dollar volume that everybody in the industry makes their income from, is up 15.5%. That's significant. Building permits over the 5-month period, 786 this year versus 894 last year. So that belies what people are saying about unbridled growth. So down 12.1%. So builder confidence apparently is not catching up with what the numbers are telling us about the market.
Yep.
But having said that, anecdotally, the builders, the volume builders, national builders, will publish maybe the number of homes they sold, things like that, but they don't talk too much about how many things they give away to make a sale happen.
Right. And we also had a stark increase in the cost to build, just in impact fees alone, from in this time sample that we're talking about. So I think that is to note.
Went up almost $10,000 a house.
Over about almost 12,000.
Just from a year ago to today. That's
and if you add the utility fees in, we're at close to 18,000.
Amazing. Well, let's take a break. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. This is the second half of Real Estate Matters, brought to you by Veranda Bay, our favorite sponsor, with their beautiful community on the Intercoastal Waterway in Flagler Beach. Just recently, within the last couple of days, the special session of the legislature in Florida's capital of Tallahassee passed a new amendment, and they passed
an idea, if you will. A semblance of an idea.
Yeah, it's going to be on the ballot this fall. It'll be a constitutional amendment, and to pass, it has to get 60% of the votes. So we'll see where that goes. Not very far, I'm hoping.
Well, remember, marijuana didn't make it to 60%. So.
Yeah. Well, and that surprised a lot of people.
It did. So I think there's hope for this property tax.
So let's talk about what the proposed property tax amendment is. This is something that our governor has been touting quite a bit over the last several months, and it's taken. Initially, it was we're going to do away with all property taxes. Well, that created a lot of bounce back, and so there's been a lot of give and take. Especially, they couldn't resolve anything during the regular session, so he said, "Well, then I'm going to call a special session, and you can't go home until you do something that I
That's always a
like."
good way to get your stuff done.
But anyway, the some of the downsides of getting away with giving up all of the property taxes, that's an awful lot of revenue for local governments to lose, because it's one of the property tax goes into the general fund. Property tax isn't used to build new sewer plants.
Right.
It's not built. It's not used to build new roads, although it is used to maintain existing roads.
Yes.
It's used for things like that we probably don't need, like fire and police
department,
and first responders.
I mean, you might not miss your property taxes until you have like an emergency.
Until you have a 911
Yeah,
call.
be like, can I 911? I'm having a heart attack, and they'll say, "Oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, we've only got like 5 cops right now in the whole county. I wish we could help, but you didn't pay. You guys didn't want to pay property taxes."
So anyway, there's an awful lot of good argument against getting rid of, because one thing you can be certain of, that is that local government will not make up for the loss by becoming more efficient.
Correct.
That's a given.
Yes.
And so any loss of tax revenue from one form, one direction, is going to have to be made up by revenue from another direction. And therein lies the problem with this whole debate, because they haven't defined that other direction yet.
Yeah.
Even if the state has said, well, we'll probably have to step in and we'll think of something.
I think they said there'll be potentially grants and funds that the municipalities can ask for.
But then they've got to get that money someplace from us.
Yeah. And they haven't said, like you said, how the money is going to be raised or funded, essentially. And then, we have to ask how we're going to, for our own money back.
And if we don't ask, someone else will get our money. But to put a proposal like this forward without having a solid plan for replacing that revenue, it's like sitting down on the toilet without checking to see if there's toilet paper available.
And if you've ever done that, you know what a bad idea it is. and yeah, it's wild to if you think that for a second that they can do away with the property tax in the way that they want to, which is in part essentially, reducing your property tax is probably a better way to say it. And then the money's not going to come out of your pocket still in another way.
Right.
You're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It will come out of your pocket another way. I think, to me, what's scariest is, at least right now, I know how my property tax is calculated. I know how it's defined, and I'm aware well in advance what it's going to be, and I have protections of how much it can be raised.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my property tax will stay that way, but whatever mechanism ends up becoming the way that they make up the rest of this will not have those caps and protections on it.
No, and it won't. It probably won't be neutral in the sense that it treats everybody the same.
Definitely not.
Today's system is warped. It gives people who have been here in Florida for homeowners for many years. It gives them a tremendous advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept that's floated most is that the state will probably raise sales tax.
Yeah.
And I saw one study that said that the sales tax would have to be up in the range of 15% to
right.
compensate.
And that might sound like a cool idea, but in reality, I think everyone in the maybe top half of the state would just travel to Georgia or Alabama to purchase things like washer and dryer, mattress, or whatever those larger ticket items are to avoid that sales tax. I mean, I would. The gas in the truck would cost less.
Right. And some of the other things that would happen or likely happen is that it's going to put what's remaining as property tax more burden over on commercial
Yes.
and non-residential.
Which we also pay for.
which we also
because we pay for the stuff that's in the commercial business.
If you're now, I'm at a transition point in my life. My wife just passed away in February, and I'm already in my third final house, and my next move now will be I'm selling my house. If anybody wants to buy a nice house, give me a call. I'll even lease it back for a year, but I'll be moving into a rental. So I've got this tremendous advantage right now. I've got a huge protected value. My property taxes on a 300 or a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,750 square foot, relative 3-year-old home.
Yeah, right now.
My property taxes were $1,200 for this year, but next year I'll be a renter, and renters are going to suffer under this new plan. Whatever they do is going to, because the landlords are going to pay more.
Yes,
they're going to be more burdened with property tax, and that
I saw this argument online yesterday. Are the landlords not already burdened more? Are they going to be more heavily burdened? And if so, how?
They're both. There are two sides.
Okay.
To two responses. One is the new plan would reduce their assessed value cap increase from 10% to 5%, which would be a good thing. But even 5% is a pretty generous amount to be able to raise an assessed value. But because they're not homesteaded, their millage rate would go up, and so they would end up paying higher taxes generally. So
right now, what is their status?
Right now, their cap is 10%.
Okay.
Per year. So it's a very rare year that property values go up more than 10% in a year. So it's kind of a phony cap. It's there, but it doesn't really apply most years for most properties. So if you lower that down to 5%, it puts it closer. I mean, you're at 3% with residential now.
Right.
So that would give them some advantage in a really booming market.
Yes. Okay.
But overall, over the course of a 10-year run, they're not going to. You don't see very many commercial properties with protected value.
Right.
Over time.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
So, came across an interesting article that said save money on your mortgage by shopping around, and this was done on the National Association of Realtors magazine, I think it was. But the 6% mortgage rates, with a 30-year fixed mortgage rate averaging 6.48% this week, maybe straining home buyers' budgets, but lending experts say borrowers increasingly overlook one critical step that could help them get an even lower rate: shopping around for a mortgage. And people don't realize it when they write their mortgage or make their mortgage payment monthly. But 30-year mortgage times 12 months, that's a lot of months that you're going to make that payment. So anything that you can save on your monthly payment accumulates over the 30-year period. So home buyers can save, according to the study, can save an average of about $62,000 over the life of a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, or roughly $174 a month, just by gathering multiple quotes from lenders before they commit. So don't.
I mean, 3 quotes from everything, right? I'm getting mortgage offers to refinance every single day, multiple times a day in the mail. But they don't realize that I got a builder special rate, so they actually cannot beat my current mortgage rate at 4.99.
4.99 3 years ago was excessive.
It was 2 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago. I mean, there are people.
Oh yeah, before that it
still
was.
have 2.9.
I know,
3.3.
but I got in at 4.99 at the time. The VA, my husband's a veteran. The VA loans were even higher than that by over a point. But I do have the date, and if you have PMI insurance, this is a good one. If you have PMI, like that was mandated by your loan, yeah, make sure you know if there's a drop off date. Because a lot of times you only have to have it for a certain period of time. So if there's
or a certain assessed value too, once
is
that's when your down payment is less than 20%.
Okay, mine wasn't down payment related. It was part of the loan.
Okay,
And so I have my date on my calendar. It's only a couple more months, and I'm calling them that day and saying, "Drop it right now."
Yeah, those who are in because of the less than 20% down.
That was on my first house. Yes,
can usually apply to get off the PMI insurance once they build 20%.
Yeah.
equity.
So when you're signing those mortgage documents, like go ahead and put it in your Google or your Apple calendar right there to put an alert that day that you're eligible for it to drop, so that you can call your lender and you don't forget, because you will not remember.
Good. Well, unfortunately we got so many good things to talk about today, but we've run out of time.
Oh darn. Okay.
You want to wrap it up?
I know. It's my time. Video podcasts of Real Estate Matters are available on gotoby.com. Click on podcasts on the top navigation bar. Show notes are included so you can see what we did not get to on the show. Also on gotoby.com is the Flagler County interactive map of residential developments and subdivisions, updated regularly.
In fact, updated again just yesterday.
Oh, it's fresh. And if you have a question or a suggestion for Real Estate Matters or gotoby.com,
give me a call. I answer my own phone, 386-931-7124. Or you can email me at toby@gotoby.com. If you're thinking of buying or selling property in Flagler County, call me first, because I will be your asset, your consultant, at no additional cost to you. My job will be to help you through the process, hold your hand if necessary, but to find a really high quality realtor to work with, or builder. And again, you don't have to pay me a thing. 386-931-7124. Thanks for being with us this week. Come back next week. I'm Toby Tobin. I approve this show.